Alright, so guys, I got one here today for you for my man Tokyo Soul. He had a question just the other day asking about his Mercurial Talaria 5s and upgrading to a Vapor, but he didn't want to sacrifice touch and he didn't want to sacrifice accuracy. So what we're going to do here, we're going to show you real quick. We're just going to give you an eyeball test real fast, ask you some common sense questions, and see if you guys can come to the conclusion that we have come to by testing these things on a regular basis. So first of all, I know this is not a Talaria 5. It is most definitely a Vapor 5. But nevertheless, I figured, they're relatively the same when it comes to the upper material, with the obvious exception of the fly wire. So we are going to go ahead and show you guys, like I said, just kind of some common sense stuff. So, first of all, we have over here our Mercurial 5s. And here we have our Mercurial 7s. And we are concerned about touch, and we're concerned about accuracy. So, first question, we're going to deal with touch. And actually, just what I'm doing right here should assist in answering that question straight away. You're going to notice that with the Vapor 5s, as well as the Talarias, they have kind of a foamy finish to them, and that's because they have a double-back synthetic. That's Teijin on the upper layer, Teijin on the lower layer, and they have a foam in the middle of them. So if you cut these things apart, you're going to see it has a foam finish right on the interior. So that, technically 3 layers of material on the upper over here. Over here, you have your Mercurial Vapor 7, which weighs considerably less than the originals, including the, I shouldn't say the originals, but they weigh a good deal less than the Mercurial 5s. And if you feel right up here, you're going to see it doesn't have quite that same pinch as it does on the Vapors, and the reason why is because there's no foam on these things. It is an entirely synthetic upper. It does have a backing, but that's it. You got Teijin on top, and you have a backing, semi-synthetic backing on the back. That's it. Nothing else. So basically, when it comes to touch on these things, you're going to find that a Vapor 7 has a good deal better touch than the old Vapor 5s did, or the Mercurial, or the Talaria 5s for that matter. Now, when it comes to accuracy, the only thing you're really up against between those two boots is the same thing, the foam. The foam on the upper and the Talaria is all the way through the upper. Where this has fly wire, the Talaria has foam. There is no foam of any kind on the instep of this particular boot. So basically, the angle your foot takes is the angle that the boot is going to take. I know that sounds silly, but basically what's going to happen is whatever shape your foot is, whatever surface you're actually kicking with your foot is the surface you're going to be kicking with this boot. As opposed to this one where you've got foam intercepting kind of the feel between the ball and your foot. This particular boot right here, while I would not call it the most accurate boot in the world, and truthfully nobody can really say what is, the Mercurial Vapor 7, just like the Mercurial Vapor 5, at both of their launches were considered extremely accurate boots. The Vapor 7 still is, the Vapor 5 once was at one time. With these 7s right here, you will be sacrificing no touch and no accuracy versus the Talaria 5s you have. So basically, in answer to your question, Tokyo, what you got to do is, you got to decide whether you want a synthetic upper or a leather upper. That's your only choice that you need to make here. When it comes to synthetics, there is no touch better than the Vapor, still to this day. So definitely check them out. Absolutely, if that's what you're interested in, you want a synthetic boot, you want a speed boot, you want a Mercurial, there's your man right there. It'll definitely help you out. The Vapor 6 kind of has the same finish as a 5. I'm sorry, not the same finish, but it does still have, it's got a double-backed synthetic up on the upper. Because again, they were not really shooting for weight reduction at that point. So the Vapor 7, still kind of the cutting edge when it comes to synthetics. Honestly, the F50 is definitely a light one, but when it comes to your shot, the Vapor still treats you right.